What's up, guys? I'm Garnett from Strother PT, and you are watching and listening to the Independent Trainer Podcast. And today, my esteemed colleague, Stanislav, is here. He is one of my favorite people on the planet that I share the gym floor with. He's just like a remarkable human with an incredible story that I don't think a lot of people know about. So today, he's going to share that story with us and hopefully inspire us to be better people. Stan, thank you so much for joining us.
Of course.
You say, of course, like you're not the busiest fucking trainer I've ever seen in my life. Stan, this is like the intro to the intro, but like Stan is like one of my favorite trainers to work with on the floor, man. You're like the Captain America of training for me.
No, you are Captain America, but
No, Black Cap. Yeah, I could be Falcon. I could be a Falcon to your cap, no problem. But the reason why I love you, man, is because your gym etiquette is so fucking good. You know, this is a podcast about personal training, and the unseen training method and aspect of PT is like how you coordinate, navigate the floor. That's so important. Like the way that you do things is just great. But before we get into like the technical aspects of training, tell us a little bit about yourself.
all right. So, hi guys. My name is Stanislav, and I'm from Ukraine. I'm working as a personal trainer in New York City since 2014. So, shall I tell the whole story from back?
Yes, absolutely.
Ukraine to United States?
Yeah. What happened back home, baby?
A lot of things happened.
Yes.
So, 5 years old, enrolled in gymnastics by my grandmother and my mother. Was a gymnast for 10 years back in Ukraine, since 5 to 15. And then I left gymnastics.
When you were 15 years old?
When I was 15, yeah, I had a little surgery, eye vision, whatever. It was like a little health stuff orientated.
Really?
Yeah.
Tell us about that. What's going on? What happened there? Is that okay? Okay, that's his girlfriend off camera, just in case you guys are wondering.
You know, be honest with you, gymnastics in Ukraine was really tough. Like you have to spend, I'm going to school, after school you have to go to gymnastics and you spend from 2 to 4 hours a day there. So it was a lot for a kid to take it.
Every day?
Yeah. So
wow.
Every day, and then not every day, not 7 days a week, 5 days a week. And then, I mean, obviously you have to do homework, which is, I remember, one of the homework was to stretching while you're watching cartoons.
Right. I used to do that.
Yeah.
For martial arts training.
For real?
Yeah, I used to sit in the split while I watched.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. Yeah.
I know the vibes.
See, common things.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But it was a lot of handle, and I don't know why my vision started dropping when I was really young age. So, and just my mom and my grandmother decided not to pursue anymore, because the next level was to actually give me, how do you call this? It's a camp of gymnast people. What they do is, in Ukraine, you enroll there, and then you're doing you spend like 6 to 8 hours of training and then 2 hours of study. So your school becomes less important.
Right.
So they want to take you on the next level. So that was the decision right before college. What should I do? Should I go to that camp, or should I go actually to the school, to university? And the decision was like, we're gonna end up gymnastics, and we're gonna enroll me to the university.
Now, where would you go after you've enrolled into the university? Like after you go into the gymnastics school, what was the next step for you? Like this Olympian, like direct funneling program into like.
All competition was in Ukraine, not foreign, like not abroad for me.
Really?
Yeah, the reason why we couldn't afford, my family couldn't afford, because gymnastics was not really financed really well by government. Like boxing was.
Really?
Yeah, that's why Ukraine is really huge in boxing.
Yes.
Like, you know, Klitschko.
Of course.
But gymnastics was not that big in Ukraine. So
really? That's crazy.
Meaning like a financial budget by government, yeah. So basically, if you want to go to big competition,
you got to pay for it.
You got to pay for it. And my family at that time didn't have money for that thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. What could have been? Could have been. Well, a lot of things have to go right for that to go down.
I'm very happy the life is it is. You know, wherever you go, you put a hard work, you put your passion down there, and you can succeed in any department. I will say that.
Facts. It is transferable information. I think. So what happened after that? So you nixed that, went to regular college, went to regular school.
Next step, I enrolled university called Lviv Polytechnic, telecommunication systems. But so I was supposed to be an engineer in some telecommunications, I guess.
I guess.
I guess.
Light
But
work.
the whole thing, the all what was keeps me going, because when I finished gymnastics, I still was working out. And I had a trainer at that time. As when I finished gymnastics, I have a trainer of like gym. And for us in Ukraine and in Russia, in Eastern Europe, I will say, gym, fitness, the way we know fitness, it's more like a bodybuilding, right?
Okay.
We don't know anything else.
Mobility training.
Exactly, mobility training and
Right.
all this other stuff, right? Or like foam roll, we don't have no idea. I don't know if we still have foam roll in Ukraine.
You don't know if it made it over to Ukraine
Yes.
yet.
So wherever you go to the gym, all you do is basically biceps curl or chest press. You know, like very regular,
Really?
old school
Right.
bodybuilder, like that kind of.
That kind of vibe.
Exactly.
Interesting.
So so I was working out. I was working out by myself. I had a trainer who wrote me program. He was watching my technique and forms, and so I was keep working out. And I did my first competition in bodybuilding on age 18 or 19.
Wow.
In Ukraine. Yeah. I have a picture. It's actually, it's good. Like,
Yeah? You like this photo? I mean, you look terrible today.
yeah,
This is actually an intervention.
horrible.
Yeah, we want to talk to you, Stan, about this. Dude, you look better than this? Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're implying right now? No.
I think I was really good of growing, like my body respond on hypertrophy really well of growing muscles.
I would agree
so
as well,
on that
yeah.
age, I think I did great job with the growing muscle tissues, muscle size,
Muscle size.
hypertrophy.
So how'd you do in the competition?
So I did well. I did the third place in my city, which is, but be honest with you, it's not like a big competition, you know.
Right.
But I was happy with the results, and I'm like, oh my God, I really love that. I really love the lifting weights and gym environment, the community of the gym. I like everything about that. And when I came to America, 2010, I still was working out, and I want to compete here, and I compete here. It calls men's physique.
Right.
Men's physique is kind of like guys like.
It's like the bikini.
It's a bikini body. Basically, if you have skinny legs, you go to.
Exactly. Let's get right to the point. Let's get right to
If you have a skinny legs, you go to men's physique.
Right. They're like flexing, but they're wearing
Flexing,
board
but
shorts.
we have a board shorts. We have to cover the squats and.
Right. So now the public knows the difference
now
between bodybuilding
exactly
and physique competitions.
physique competitions.
Basically, you're standing on a bunch of like, your legs look like shit, right?
So you have to cover that because you have a good upper body. Because all you do is a chest workout.
Yes, it's just chest, shoulders,
It's all about
biceps.
shoulders and all about abs.
Exactly. So the meathead portion of the bodybuilding world.
Exactly.
Yeah. So you competed in physique, but what brought you here to America?
So I remember that. So third year of university in Ukraine, there was a program called Work and Travel. So you go for 3-4 months to America. You know, you have experience to be here, talk to people. And that's actually was my first foreign trip ever.
Really?
Yeah, I haven't not traveled like above, how you say, Ukraine. So that was my first time have experience to be in a different country,
Nice.
different language, different culture, everything. So I came here, and I came to Maryland State, to Baltimore. I work because it's called Work and Travel. So what they give you is they give you a job. In exchange, you can also like travel and have experience to be here.
Oh, nice.
So the contract was with McDonald's, and I came with two of my other friends, and we really like it to be here. Yeah.
Well, it's pretty nice. It's
And
pretty
I'm
nice.
like,
2010.
fuck, I want to be in the United States.
So you just made the jump. Just came over here.
Sorry, I courtesy a little bit.
No, that's totally fucking fine because this is for
Totally
it's
fucking
for everybody. Just don't worry about it.
So yeah,
Love this guy. It's so wholesome.
Thank you.
It's amazing. So yeah, man, you made it to America. When did you start training people? When did you realize that, yo, this is what I want to do?
Okay, 2014. What I was doing this different job, McDonald's. After McDonald's, I'm gonna get to that question. I was doing paintings, houses, construction. I try waiter to be not waiter, busboy. One day, didn't work for me. Anyway, and then I was working moving company for 2 years, moving furniture, blah blah blah. And then I decided, so I need to go to college or something here in the United States, right? So I applied to CUNY system and transfer my degree from Ukraine to America. Because of the transfer, I have to have more free time. I couldn't work as a moving company, so I decided to work as a security guard.
Yes. The great conduit for most personal trainers. I also did security.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I had like 4 jobs at the same time.
Oh, wow.
And security was definitely one of them. Teaching karate to kids, security at night, personal training in the day. You know how it is. You got to hustle in the beginning, man.
Exactly, yeah.
You got to hustle, dog.
So I was doing security, so I have a time also to study. So I went to CUNY college. First, I want to do accountant, I believe.
Really? You went from engineering
Yeah,
to accounting?
Engineering to accountant. And then they say like, hey, listen, you can't be accountant because you don't speak fucking English. So how about we start in CUNY with learning English? I'm like, great. Let's
So you learn
English.
There you go. So do you learn English from here?
So
you learn English
most
in
English,
America?
Yeah. No, the whole English I learned here 100%. In Ukraine, we had in my school I had English, but it's kind of like, hi, how are you? Thank you, give me money, appreciate it, yeah.
Right.
Like that kind of English, you know?
Right.
Dollar, hi, dollar. But that's not a big language there, like English-wise. Like we didn't really learn a lot. Like
So let me ask you, yo, like,
maybe me, I didn't learn.
so how did you break through the language barrier and train clients at the same time? Like that's got to be like crazy difficult, man.
With clients, yeah.
You learn?
Like it's funny because don't be shy. Like it's fine. Body language is there. You can ask questions. You can communicate. It's all good. It's gonna come naturally. You learn that. But I didn't ask for. I think I didn't ask for your question.
How'd you start? How'd you start training in the first
So
place?
when I was security guard, I was working in Dior in 57 and 5th.
Oh, yeah.
Christian Dior.
Yeah.
I was the guy who was watching if you didn't steal anything, and also was opening door. We was shifting. We have a shift, switch. And I remember one day I was opening the door. This guy Dennis, he's Russian guy. He was working at Dior. At that time, I believe he was a VP of of that 57th Street Dior, or I don't know. Anyway, he was one of the managers at Christian Dior, and I was opening doors, say hi to him, blah, blah, and then one time I went downstairs. I was actually not a good security guard because I had my meals prep.
Right.
I was competing. I want to compete. I was doing my meal prep, and I was leaving posts for like 5-10 minutes just to go downstairs so I can have my meals.
Yeah.
So basically, he was downstairs. I left my post. You say post, right?
Yes.
So I left my post, which I'm not supposed to do it. I left downstairs just to grab the meal. So I was eating there. He was there. I'm like, oh my God, I'm fucked. He see me there because I was supposed to be at my shift.
Right.
And he's like, oh, it's fine. And he started talking to me. He's like, you pretty fit, blah, blah, blah. Why don't you do personal trainer? And I'm like, I don't know. You can do personal trainer? He's like, yeah. And I'm like, yeah, I working out. I'm getting ready to my men's physique, blah, blah, blah. And then actually when I was even going with my friends, whatever I know, I was sharing to my friends.
Right. So you were already training people.
So I kind of was already training people without like thinking in my head that my passion can turn to the work.
That sounds amazing. I think, dude, that's how everybody starts personal training, basically. You know what I'm saying? But it never occurred to you, just like, oh, maybe I can make money doing what I already love.
Exactly.
Really?
Yeah.
Sometimes it takes that, man.
Yeah.
You know?
I guess.
I think every guest on the show at some point had that transformative moment where someone else, it's like, yo, you're really good at this. You should probably get paid for it. It's never like something that you think about yourself. Well, in my case, it kind of is.
Yeah.
Like but that's because I always wanted to be a trainer.
Yeah.
Like I would just like, fantasize about it all the time. I always just want to be a master trainer and an instructor. Like I never wanted to like I wanted to fight, but training is my life, it's my heart. It's like what I love to do. So thank God you were working at that place. You would never probably became a trainer, man. Probably not.
Probably not. He say that. I remember. I'm like, wow. And he say like, I will ask I'm like, how I do that? He say, I will ask my trainer. I have to go to the school. I'm like, sure. So this is the time when I dropped CUNY and I'm like, I decided I want to be trainer and I went to NASM, National Academy of Sports of Medicine. Like we all went to the certification, right?
NASM, yep.
NASM, yeah. And he was my first client.
Oh wow, get out of here.
Yeah.
Not a bad first client, man.
I went there and I also was going to his building and I was training him and I was charging him really little. Like it's funny.
Do you mind asking, how much is your first client?
How much?
How much you charge them?
So I asked him how much he had the trainers at the time too.
Mm-hmm.
And he told me his trainer was charging him $80 per session. And I say, you know what? I'm going to do for $35.
What the? Oh my God. Wow. Stan, we've talked about this before, right? We've talked about like knowing our worth.
It's insane.
That's insane.
But listen, at that time I was making security guard $11 per hour.
Right. We want to get
for
paid
me,
that
it's
much.
like I'm making triple.
Right.
In 1 hour.
Exactly.
That's how I was functional my brain that time.
Mm-hmm.
But I was learning with him, and I came to his building, which was in Long Island City, and that was my first experience of being kind of independent trainer, I guess.
Right. That's amazing, man.
Yeah.
You went straight to independent.
So it was like I was with him, and then I'm like, no, I want to go to the company. I got my certification, the whole thing, and the first thing what I did, I went on Google, and I'm like, I want to go to the best gym in New York City.
And what came up?
So it came up Equinox.
Motherfuckers. Every time. Every time.
Equinox.
Give me a trainer that has never worked the Equinox, and I will show you a fucking liar. Because everybody goes, it's like a pilgrimage. You have to pay homage to the corporate giants first. You get your education. You also get a really good training platform. Like you practice all your shit. You make mistakes. It's a great place to learn from. But I think it's also, they don't treat people that well. They're notoriously known for having a very toxic culture. There's a lot of there's a lot of negative aspects about working for those people. But at the same time, it's so necessary for you to understand how to train people by practicing with other people's clients, because they feed you clients, but they're not people that you got on your own volition. So it makes it difficult to leave. So how long were you at Equinox, man?
Yeah, so with Equinox, I was from 2014 to 2019.
Wow, that's such a long time.
Well, I guess, yeah.
Wow.
We have people who stay 10 years, even more. Right?
Yeah, and yeah. Yeah, unfortunately we do. But what made you want to leave there?
So I gonna say about Equinox that, I think it's for trainers who starting the fitness journey, it's great.
Right.
I have to give them that. Listen, I came to interview. I passed the interview. I don't know how. It was my language. I did. I made it.
They don't really care. Just be honest. They hired you and I when we first started. It was pretty rough. They don't care. The turnover rate is insane.
Yeah.
But look what the trainer you've become. You're incredible, dude. People love you. Everybody loves you on the floor.
Thank you.
You're just doing a phenomenal job. Anyway.
Same as you.
I'm doing all right. But yeah, man.
And so Equinox did the good, I feel like they have this school, right, for trainers, which is great. You can go and learn a lot, and you can learn how to be on a shift, relationships, communication with clients, and how to run the business, basically.
Right.
And
so why'd you leave?
Why I left?
Yeah.
Because why I left Equinox? I mean, eventually in Equinox, when you're working for I feel like my personal experience, the why I leave, because I want to make more money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Equinox takes all your money. Do you hear that, young trainers out there trying to be they take all your money. I mean, it's a great place to start, right? Because you got to trade that, like, your youth for experience and knowledge and, like, being around an environment where you learn new things. But once that shit is done, which everyone's journey is kind of different, once that's done, it's time to move on. It's time to move on and do it yourself, you know? You have to find the courage to step out of the shadow of that giant and just, like, be dependent on yourself. You know, it's like leaving the nest to start your own life, you know? Figure out how to get your own clients, figure out how to make your own money, and how to keep those people happy. So
Yeah.
I know it was difficult, though, wasn't it?
Yes and no, right? I feel like also with Equinox you learn a lot. Like
You do.
The whole concept. But yeah, when you leave in the Equinox and you become an independent trainer, you have to also think about other things. You have to handle a lot of other aspects. Like marketing is all on you, right?
Right.
So no one gives you clients. It's
Nobody
all on
gives you shit.
Yeah. On the floor, on an independent trainer or gym where we work,
Right.
or any other gyms where we work as independent trainers, it's not a lot of members, potential clients can be there. So you have to hustle. You have to get your own clients.
Right.
You're running your own business, or you have your LLC or whatever. You know, you need to have your own insurance, and so other like paperwork as well. It's on you, and
I think a lot of people think that's scary, you know, because now that you're relying on yourself.
You rely on yourself,
right?
Yeah, exactly.
But that's not too scary. But like, that's the course of every great trainer. Every great trainer has to do these things. You have to take responsibility for your business.
Yeah.
You know, you can't just sit on your laurels and just rest on your laurels and just kind of like, you know, rely on the corporate giant to take care of you, because they're not going to take care of you. They're taking 2/3 of your money, and
they're taking a lot of cut. So listen. If you want to be successful trainer, independent trainer, right?
Right.
What you need to be, I give you my advice of tips, what I learned, all my mistakes and
Please
whatever,
do.
right? First of all, be organized.
Okay.
Most important thing, right?
Oh yeah.
So your client's not gonna like you, even if you're a good guy, if you're not organized.
Oh yeah.
Right. So your schedule always has to be good. You always have to communicate with the client before you schedule someone. So make sure he always have a spot. Make sure you check in with him that he's coming, blah, blah, blah. Explain him situation with 24 hours policy cancellation.
Very important for independent traders.
Really important.
Save your ass.
Yes, save your money.
Save your money
save your
and
time.
the relationship.
Exactly.
And the relationship, yes.
Exactly. So I think being organized is a big part of the business for the trainers.
100%.
Then I will say
don't be late. That'll be another one.
Exactly. Never be late. Always be in time or earlier. Try to always manage. So my struggle was in the beginning.
Right.
It was actually manage the session. I remember when I was the first time starter as a trainer, I was like, how I can fit all of that session in 1 hour, start at the exact time and finish in the exact moment.
Right.
Right? Even minute by minute. If it's 9:01, your other clients already like you.
Exactly. Yeah.
59 minutes, not 60 minutes.
Right. That costs money.
That costs money because they pay you for whole entire 60 minutes, right? So I was like struggling to push client faster. You don't want to be annoying him, and let's go to stretching right now. So, so that was a little challenging in the beginning. I remember.
Yeah, that's a tough one. And when you're managing clients' expectations and living, like you're trying to maximize that hour, but you can't really like. If you stop at 11:59 and it's only been 59 minutes, your client's looking at the clock like, oh, he's just trying to get me out of here.
Yes.
But at the same time, you got to kind of prepare and like,
exactly,
you know, get your mind right for the next person who's a completely different psychology, completely different goals.
Exactly.
And that's really, really difficult to do.
Yes.
How do you manage to do that now?
Right now, at this moment, you build the great relationship with all clients, and you know what clients like. Every client is different, right? It's personalized, obviously. One client likes to chat a lot. One client's like to don't chat at all.
Right.
Like to kill it, right?
Right, right.
I don't know. It just now it's easier with experience since 2004. How many years now? Now I'm training 6.
So I know for me, I gotta take a second. I gotta like recalibrate a little bit because I got one guy that's just like, yeah, okay, let's do it, da 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 da, and they got all this high energy, and then you got the next person's just like,
Yeah.
hey man. So I started. I noticed like you notice I have a very short day.
Yeah.
Like I work 4 hours a day.
Yeah.
I only can manage. I have a certain amount of bandwidth that I can tolerate, so I can be my maximum self. I know that from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. I'm peak Garnett for other people, and then
Yeah.
after that I work on myself.
Yeah.
But I realized that I started programming my clients based on psychology, as opposed to programming them by like their availability. Because everybody has the same 24 hours. But if I have a guy that's like, ha, and then I have another person that's, and another person that's, ha, and then another person that's, I'm going through this emotional roller coaster myself.
Of course.
Because I got to keep up with them.
Yeah.
But instead, if I have just like, then I'm fine. Then I can be like, okay, I know my day is going to end. I know how I'm going to end this this day, and I can go and monitor my shit based on that. You know, so psychology is huge for me. Like, you know, you see me on the floor, I'm very relaxed.
Yeah, chill.
I'm so
Very
chill.
Me and anxiety walking. Like that.
Before I'm anxious. You're anxious on the floor as well?
I'm not anxious, I'm joking.
I'm anxious before the session. Every session I'm scared that I'm not going to give the best session ever.
And you always do.
I always do.
Always do.
Thank you so much.
That's why you're good in business.
So you work a lot, dude.
Yeah.
Like a lot,
Yeah.
right? And sometimes I'm worried about you. I see you on the floor and you're like on your 4th coffee, stimulants out the ass, and then you're
So
like,
you don't do that?
don't
repeat
destroy
that.
your stomach lining
Yeah.
with stimulants and coffee.
Exactly.
And I'm like, dude, are you taking a break? And sometimes you're just like,
Break.
what the fuck is a break? And I'm like, so, and that was like a year, I think about 2 years now we've been having this conversation. Have you been taking breaks, man?
No,
What?
not good. Listen, I book a trip, so we're going. That's my break will be. I'm working, so I'm good. I think I'm good in managing my business and being organized and blah, blah, and squeeze everyone in a week, but I'm not good in life and balance, that's for sure. Like, this is probably where I want to be improved eventually. At this moment, I still working on this, I guess.
Well, thank you for your honesty, man. I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Yeah.
You know, that's another thing about being a trainer that doesn't really get talked about, is that when you are successful, it's hard to really balance that stuff out, you know? The reason why my schedule is like this because I have a daughter. You know, she's older now, and she just went to college, but this whole time I'm raising her by myself, solo. So it was really, really hard for me to maintain that balance because I was working the same hours you're working, but I would come home 8 o'clock at night and I have this kid that's like, hey dad, like here's my day, and then she's also diabetic. So I had to force me to learn how to be better at taking breaks.
Yeah.
So dude, you gotta get up on that, man. Don't be like me, dog. You gotta
Well,
you know, you got the support over here. You gotta force us gotta take breaks.
she's trying.
Force him to take some breaks,
She's like,
man.
where are you, Stan? I don't see you.
Aw, so you got people that miss you, dog. Come on, man.
I know.
You know, so yeah, you got to get your self-care shit going. You know what I'm saying? Go down the air,
Yeah.
get a little spa action.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that for the younger trainers out there, you gotta take breaks, dog.
Self-care, guys.
Number
Priority, number one. You as a first and clients.
one. Okay, so exactly. If you don't take care of you, how you gonna take care of your
I love
clients?
how I say this advice, but I don't really follow that.
Yeah, for real.
You know, before I think I was doing great with the life and balance. Now it's just like a lot of work, which is great. I'm very grateful that I have I'm in health and I'm lucky. I feel like in many ways, and just to handle the demand, and I'm lucky that I have demand. I'm the guy who doesn't like say no. Like, you want to train with me? I will try to find time.
Right.
Right. So And also, I feel like, I went through I was doing therapy too.
Good.
Yeah, so I feel like, it's also
Clap
come from,
round of applause for that, dude.
I feel like, when you're coming from the country, like especially in my case from Ukraine, where there's like family where there's no money, nothing, you grow up, you have no like toys, and you didn't travel, you didn't have anything, and then you come into New York City and you start making money as a trainer, you're like hungry, you can't stop.
Right.
Like you wanna catch up to the things you missed and never had in your life.
That's exactly how I feel, dude.
So I feel like I'm always on marathon run. I feel like I'm sprinting with no stop right now and break.
Right. But
know-
you made it, dog. I was doing the same thing, man. I was going trips every other week. I was leaving the country every other week to go on like just a while out and then come back and just like work and then take care of my daughter, while out, work, take care of my daughter, come back. But that's not sustainable, G.
It's not sustainable.
It's
Yes,
not, man.
Exactly.
I think you're still in that mentality of when you first got here.
I still in that mentality. It's crazy. It's just like illness, I guess. I don't know.
Well, I mean, you gotta hustle in the city. I think New York is very different, personal training wise, than any other city because nobody works as hard or as much as we do.
And yeah.
You know, like it's a different vibe. No disrespect to anybody training somewhere else in like the country or in the world, but like training people in New York is so different, man. You gotta really be locked in. These people are very type A sometimes, and they expect the best of you.
Of course.
Right? So to train 8 of those people a day, right? Sometimes is a lot, dude.
Yeah.
You know, but I feel like you're at a crossroads right now.
Yeah.
You know, we can't come in there like we're the new guy anymore.
Yeah.
Just burning and churning.
Yeah.
And it's time to work smarter, not harder. You
Yeah,
know,
exactly.
you're in a place in your career where you can do that, man.
Thank you.
You know, you're in a great place. You're not there anymore. You're not in that space. You're not in that. I'm telling you right now, you're not in that space when you first came here. You came a long way, and I think that you're doing phenomenal, man. And I think you need to see that. You need to see how well you're doing so you can chill a little bit. You know what I mean? I know you're working a lot because you have that mentality. Like I come from a poor place too. I could never make enough money.
Yeah.
You know, but there's not enough time to make money the same way that we're making money.
Yeah.
Right? We're exchanging time for money. That's the worst exchange there is.
Yeah.
So we got to figure out another way.
That's true.
You know, but I'm proud of you, man.
Thank you.
I'm proud of you. Speaking of which, what do you have coming up? What do you got going on right now? Any new plans? Any new applications?
Currently, I'm working as a personal trainer, right? We do a lot of sessions. That's physical, my work. Also, I'm doing my classes are available on a platform called New You Fitness. It's like it's like Netflix for fitness. So I have my class there. So we do live streaming and on-demand training. It's like a beach pump. It's like a Peloton. It's like that kind of library of videos where you working out.
That's
you
dope,
can use
man.
your Apple TV, have classes with me as well there. My live class every Tuesday at 7 a.m.
Beautiful.
It's called newfitness.com. So I work for them as well. And also, right now, we're building the app coming from me now. And that app will be, it's a customized fitness program for people who want to have experience, who want to have map up programs from personal trainers. Meaning, you will have fully assessment with personal trainer. And then you have the whole plan layout to you through my app.
Oh, that's dope, man.
Yeah,
That's truly groundbreaking.
So basically, it's like having personal trainer who's watching you and give you like map out exercise to do as a homework.
Beautiful.
So that's coming soon. We right now on a testing mode, and I feel like.
When do you think you're gonna be ready? What do you think?
At the end of the summer, you will see first MVP, minimal vital product. So basically, we will have.
I like that. MVP. What is it called?
Minimal vital product.
Oh, that's dope. Okay. Okay.
So, of the One Fit. It's called One Fit Plan. The app calls One Fit Plan.
All right. That's dope, man.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So where can people find you on social media?
On social media, OneFit_official. That's my social media. Yeah, so you can find me on Instagram there.
On every platform. Are you on Twitter? You tweet? Do you tweet?
I don't tweet.
No tweeting for you.
No tweets. So
Stan does not tweet.
Listen, I don't want to. Let's give you more. I want to give you more tips to the trainers. Can I?
Absolutely. Why the fuck
So
not?
listen. Organize first, right?
Number one.
Number one. Second, don't be late. We say that, right?
Do not be late.
Do not be late. Okay. Third, it's not about you. It's about the client.
Damn right.
Okay. So I had this mistake in Equinox. I was complaining to my clients all the time. You lose the client. Don't complain. Listen to them. Be open. Be a therapist. Okay. Listen. Build. Number 4. Build a relationship.
Build a relationship. That
Right.
rapport, baby.
Very important. You know, I feel like clients is your guys' family, and clients is your kids, and you taking care of them in many ways, right? You talk to therapy, you talk about relationship, you talk about personal life, your professional life, you ask them, you follow up with them. It's really important. What else? Say yes to opportunity, never say no. Then you ended up me 12
Exactly.
12 hours.
This guy never says no. That's how he ended up on the show. I knew he wouldn't say no. So just basically bullied him onto this show. Yo, Stan, thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're the fucking man, G.
You're the man. Thank you.
All right. That's a wrap. City the Basement.